I want to know what it is about Shericka Jackson that you guys know that I don't know, because a lot of persons are sleeping on Shericka Jackson and you are not giving Shericka Jackson any chance of medaling in the women's 100-meter final that will take place this Sunday. Of course, we know that Melissa Jefferson Wooden and Julian Alfred are the big two this season. Melissa Jefferson has run a season best of 10:65, and Julian Alfred has run a season best of 10:75. Those are the big two. But Shericka Jackson at the national trials over 6 weeks ago, and 6 weeks is a long time in track and field. 6 weeks ago, she was at 10:88, coming into a championship, coming out of the high quality camp of MVP. Shericka Jackson, definitely, in my opinion, can upset this field and prove difficult to beat in the woman 100-meter event from 10:88 down to say 10:06 low. Running a personal best is not out of the equation, because we all saw that run from Shericka Jackson and we could see that Shericka Jackson was nowhere near her best, and based on what we're seeing, we realize that she had a lot of training still remaining. Shericka Jackson is someone who has the heart of a champion. This is someone who has won gold medal in the 200 meter at the Eugene and Budapest event, and has won silver medal in the 100 at the Eugene and Budapest event. She have won medal at 100, 200, 400, 4x1, and 4x4. She has the art of a champion, this young lady, and her personal best is 10:65, which is the same personal best as Melissa Jefferson. At their best, both of these athletes are neck and neck. Yes, Melissa Jefferson is carrying her form into this season in terms of coming into this event. She is at 10:65 and Shericka is at 10:88. However, I'm hearing some persons, even in the 200 meter, talking about Shericka Jackson finishing third in the 200 meter. That's the one that they gave her the chance of winning. And I'm like, are you guys crazy? Do you know who Shericka Jackson is over the 200 meter? And I'm not talking sentimentally, but if Shericka Jackson had run that 10:88 in the 100 meter, for example, let's say 2 weeks ago, then you might have had a valid point. But that 10:88 was done all of 6 weeks ago, which means that in track and field, 6 weeks is a long time for you. If your body is already used to performing at a particular high level, you should now be able to get yourself running back at this high level within 6 weeks of preparation if you are already near that level. And 10:88 is miles apart, yes, from 10:65, but 6 weeks is more than enough time for someone to drop from 10:88 to 10:65. Someone that has been able to do that, and 10:65 is definitely getting her on that podium. As a matter of fact, 10:07 will get her on that podium. And at coming from 10:88, having the championship pedigree, I strongly believe that Shericka Jackson will run 10:07 in the World Championship coming up this weekend. The question though remains, can she bring now that 10:07 that I expect her to run to 10:06 and run a personal best. Because if Shericka Jackson is to run a personal best, I strongly believe that Shericka Jackson will win the women 100-meter event, and she is definitely going to be my dark horse for this event. We don't know what is happening to her, and as long as I can remember, outside of when she was injured, I have not seen Shericka Jackson abstain from running up to 6 weeks leading up into a championship. And when I asked, I was told a few persons who have knowledge about track and field, more knowledge than I do, I was told that she is fit and healthy. Of course, we have heard that story before, but to the best of my knowledge and the best of all of us knowledge, she is not injured. And if she's not injured and she's training from 1088 in June, then 10-6 is not outside of the realm of possibility for her to do in the 100 meter. In the 200 meter, she has a season best of 22.17 done on the 16th of August, which is almost a month ago. 22.17 at that point in time, she can easily bring that down to 21.8, which will definitely get her a medal, or even down more to 21.7, 21.6, that will see her on the podium. Julian Alfred, though, has been running really well in the 200 meter, but we're talking about someone whose personal best in the 200 meter is 21.41. That's the type of person we're talking about. And if she can get back to 21.6, she is beating Julian Alfred. And if she can even get down to 21.5, Julian Alfred has no chance in this event. Now, I know that 21.5 is not easy to run, but Shericka Jackson does have the class and pedigree. And until I see Shericka Jackson on the track and looks ordinary going through the rounds, I am not writing her off, especially being that we have not seen enough of her this season. And based on the ability that we know she has, I am confident that her coach is doing enough to prepare her for this event. Even on the 100 meter, I'm hearing persons writing off Shelly and Fraser Price, who have the art of a champion and did really well at our national trials, who have not been seen since 1091, have not been seen since running that 1091, running the 100 meter, right? Come on, folks. Shelly and Fraser Price can drop a 10.8 or a 10.7i and upset folks and get a medal in the 100 meter event. And of course, there's Sha'Carri Richardson, someone else who I'm not here in person speaking about in the 100 meter event for women. Why are we not talking about Sha'Carri Richardson? Sha'Carri Richardson can upset and also get a medal. So we have to be careful in this women 100 meter event. Lots of ways for this event to go. While my prediction for this event might be, based on what we have seen so far, Melissa Jefferson Wooden to beat Julian Alfred, then one of Tina Clayton or Shericka Jackson for third. I wouldn't be surprised if either Shelly or Sha'Carri is able to find themselves into medal contention. And of course, there are other persons in that 100 meter field that are capable of upsetting as well for the bronze based on what we have seen so far this season. So the 100 meter final is worth going miles to see. And I wouldn't write off Shericka Jackson, especially seeing that this is not like some years ago where you might say the 100 meter field for that bronze position is deep. No. I think that Tina Clayton, based on what we are seeing so far, is the favorite for that bronze. But do not write off Shericka Jackson. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'll be saying today. Peace out for now.